There's a place in Oregon that locals never talk about. A forgotten town, Willow Creek, swallowed by forest and silence. They say the river there still carries the cries of those who vanished, and it all began with a doll. The year was 1989. A young woman named Emma Collins had just moved into a small wooden house by the creek, far from the noise of the city, far from anyone who could hear her scream. She worked at Holloway's Antiques, a shop where time itself seemed afraid to move. Dust hung thick in the air like memories refusing to die. One gray afternoon, a delivery arrived, a single, unmarked crate. Inside, buried in old straw and ash, was a porcelain doll, its eyes silver, its smile faint but wrong. The tag around its neck read only 2 words, Willow Doll. Emma couldn't resist. She asked to keep it for herself. That night, she placed the doll on her bedroom shelf, right next to her bed. But Buddy didn't like it. The moment he saw the doll, he started barking and growling, his fur standing straight up. Emma laughed it off. "It's just a toy, Buddy," she said. But Buddy wouldn't sleep in the same room that night. Around 2 a.m., Emma woke up to a faint tapping sound. She looked around, nothing. Then she noticed something strange. The doll that had been sitting upright was now turned toward her bed. She tried to laugh it off again and went back to sleep. But in her dream, she saw a little girl standing in the corner of her room, with silver hair, hollow eyes, and that same faint smile. When Emma woke up, the doll was lying right beside her pillow. Over the next few days, things got worse. She started feeling angry for no reason. She snapped at customers. And a boss, a kind old man, finally fired her after she screamed at him in front of everyone. At home, mirrors began cracking on their own. Buddy stopped eating. And every night, that same tapping sound returned, always closer. On the 7th night, the storm came. Rain lashed against the windows. Lightning flickered across the room. At exactly 3 a.m., the power went out. In the darkness, Emma heard the tapping again, closer, louder, faster. She couldn't see, only feel. Something cold pressed against her throat, and then a whisper, breathless, wordless, right by her ear. When the lights returned, the doll was on her chest, its head tilted, its glass eyes cracked, but smiling wider than before. She screamed. Buddy ran in, barking wildly. He grabbed the doll in his mouth and tore it apart, porcelain pieces flying everywhere. Emma, shaking and crying, threw the broken doll into the fireplace and watched it burn. The flames flickered, almost forming a human face before it turned to ash. When Emma woke, her skin was covered in tiny red bite marks, like something had crawled all over her at night. Buddy was nowhere. She searched the house, yard, and street. Nothing. Her panic grew. She went back inside, hoping he had just hidden somewhere. But when she entered the bathroom, she screamed. Buddy was lying in the tub, injured, like something had clawed him. Next to him, sitting perfectly upright, was the same doll. Fully intact, not torn, not burned, not damaged. Its grin was now monstrous. Its glass eyes had turned blood red. Emma collapsed in tears. Desperate, she searched online for information about the doll. She found decades-old articles about a factory accident in 1956. A child had gone missing near river, and soon after, the doll line was discontinued. Locals believed the spirit of that child, twisted by rage, had been trapped inside the prototype doll. Collectors who found the original dolls reported losing pets, jobs, even family members. Some claimed the doll feeds on emotional attachment. The more you love it, the stronger it grows. Emma decided to destroy it permanently. She drove to Clearwater Bridge, a cold riverbed miles from town. She set the doll on fire and watched it turn to ash, or at least she thought she did. She poured the ashes into the river and left. That night, she called her younger brother and told him everything. She finally felt safe, but safety didn't last. The next morning, neighbors called the police. Emma's body was found inside her bedroom. Her eyes were wide open, her body rigid, her skin marked with deep scratch lines, and right beside her sat the doll, perfectly clean, perfectly smiling, as if nothing had ever happened. They buried Emma in Willow Creek Cemetery. But 2 nights later, her grave was found open, the coffin empty. And at the foot of the old toy shop's door sat the same silver-haired doll. Locals say the Willow Doll was originally owned by a girl who drowned in that same river over a century ago. Every few decades, it finds a new owner, and every time, someone dies. So, if you ever drive through Oregon and find yourself near Willow Creek, and you see a doll by the roadside, silver eyes, cracked smile, don't stop, don't look at it, and whatever you do, don't blink.